episode 37. One of the question and answers, the question that we had for those of you who listened to episode 37 was whether or not you thought Rashida Tlaib and those behind her will carry their protests against Joe Biden all the way to November. Now, for those of you who may not be familiar with episode 37, we were talking about the uncommitted votes that were had here in Michigan for the presidential primary, the Democratic presidential primary here in Michigan, and a sizable portion of the Michigan electorate decided that they were going to vote uncommitted in protest to America's support for Israel in the war between Israel and Hamas over in the Middle East. And we had one comment here posted, and we got this from TK. Let's see, TQ fan. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, please correct your boy, man. Real talk. But they write in to say, I feel that they are playing a dangerous game of chicken. If Biden lose and Trump win, what will your excuse be, and who will be your advocate for issues you're concerned with? Definitely not Trump. And that's pretty much how I feel about it, right? Like I get the protest vote idea, and in the primary, because no one of significance is really running against Joe Biden in the Democratic primary, that's the time to get your protest vote off, right? I ain't even mad at y'all for getting y'all protest on during the primary, because hell, I've done wonky shit during the primary, right? I remember back in 2016, I voted in the Republican primary, and I think I voted for like Kasich or some shit like that, only because I didn't want Donald Trump to win Michigan, right? I felt like no matter who won on the Democratic side, whether that be Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders at the time back in 2016, between both of them, I was cool with both of them, right? So I was all right with that. But if I can raise a little ruckus over there in that Republican primary, then damn it, that's what I was going to do. That was my protest vote over there. So I'm all cool with the protest vote. But when it comes to November, and unfortunately what we was hearing from some people over some of our Arab brothers and sisters in this particular situation, was that some of them were like, yo, man, short-term, pain for long-term gain. It's like, hey, nigga, this ain't a game. Right? This is not a fucking game. We cannot afford. I know some people think that because we lived through a Trump presidency once before, that we can do that shit again. I don't like, I'm of the attitude to this, right? I grew up in a black household, and I can remember a time where, you always hit that hard head kid in the house. Right? It was always that hard head motherfucker. My brother was the hard head motherfucker in the house, right? And when my mother was handing out ass whoopings, it only took one ass whooping for me to get right. I'm like, all right, I don't want to do this shit no more. This is stupid, right? My brother was he would really gauge, man, is this ass whooping really worth it? Right? I might just go out here and do this shit because it's fun. My mama gonna trip, and I might get my ass whooped, but it might be worth the ass whooping. And unfortunately, there are some people who take the idea of the ass whooping maybe being worth it politically, unfortunately. And I don't think the ass whooping is worth it, right? And so when you hear some people from when we hear from some of our Arab brothers and sisters talking about some short-term pain for some long-term gain, and they willing to go through another Trump presidency, nigga, are you fucking crazy? Did you forget the last ass whooping you got? You okay with taking another one? It could get worse. You know what I'm saying? They could. I never forget this. And God rest my mother's soul. And but I'm gonna tell this story, right? I'm gonna tell this story. This shit is crazy. But I remember one time the worst ass whooping I ever got was on account of my brother. Right? I was on account of my brother, man. And normally, this would be considered child abuse now, right? But normally we would get an ass whooping with some coaxial cable, right? We had the cable that hadn't got cut off, right? But we still had the cables in the house, right? And so mama, she grabbed one of the cables and she would whoop our ass with one of the cables, and she named that motherfucking cable Buddy. And the reason why my mother named that cable Buddy was because Buddy was going to be a friend to your ass every time you fucked up.
Well, I'll be a monkey's bare-assed uncle.
So I wasn't trying to see Buddy, right? I wasn't trying to see Buddy. But my brother was like really willing to like see Buddy every now and again. He was really like he was ready for that shit. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with my brother, but he was ready for that shit. And I'll never forget this. This is why I got my ass whooped, because I was the oldest, right? One night my brother comes into the room. He comes into the bedroom one night and he gave me $20 and he gave my cousin $20. And I'm trying to think. I might have been like fourth grade or some shit. So maybe I'm like 9 years old. I want to say I was like 9 years old. And we're like, yo, where the fuck you get $20 from? And my brother, all of 7 years old, and all of the charismatic motherfucker that he was, told us that this nigga got this $60 from the Tooth Fairy. Nigga! From the Tooth Fairy, right? Now, instantly, because again, I'm the oldest, should have known better. But at the time, I'm thinking, yo, Mr. Cash gonna be coming around with the M&Ms and the potato chips at the end of the day at school. I'm buying up all the M&Ms, nigga. I got $20, nigga. I'm buying all the M&Ms. Again, I'm 9 years old. I ain't thought too far about it, right? I ain't thought too far about it. So I take my $20 and I put my $20 on my bookshelf in my room. My cousin, he takes his $20. He put his $20 up there. And we going to sleep happy, nigga. Happy, right? Wake up the next morning, $20 gone. My cousin, $20 gone. And my brother was like, don't worry about it. Comes out with another 20 for me and another 20 for my cousin. Nigga, how did Tooth Fairy break you off like that? How he do you like that, bruh? For real, like, nigga, I done lost plenty of tooth. Tooth Fairy ain't never broke me off with $40 fucking dollars, man. I got $1 max. Tooth Fairy ain't never gave me $40, nigga. You done gave me $40. You done gave my cousin $40. Nigga, got it from the Tooth Fairy. All right, cool. Because again, I'm thinking about the M&Ms at the end of the day with Mr. Cash coming around at the end of the day with the 20s. I mean with the M&Ms and the chips at the end of the day. And all I'm thinking about is I'm about to cash Mr. Cash out. I want them peanut M&Ms, nigga. Run them, right? So we go to school, and you know, I'm really just geeked. I'm ready for the end of this, like the school day and shit, right? And and I'll never forget this shit, man. I was at lunch. I was at lunch at school, and my mother showed up at the school. And you know, it's like you in trouble when your mother show up at the school middle of the day and you ain't had no clue, you had no idea that she was coming to the school. You know what I'm saying? One of those kind of things. And so my mom shows up, she sees me at lunch, and she walks right up to me, and I know something's wrong because I can see the look on her face. Mama is pissed. She pissed. And she walks up to me and she says, "Where's my money?" Now I got the $20 in my pocket right there. And instantly I know she gotta be talking about this 20 that's in my pocket. So I just take the 20 out and I hand it to her. And then my mother said the words that I was dreading. And I think every kid dreads this when your mama comes up to the school or your father, whomever is like the disciplinarian in your house, and they come up to your school and they say some shit like this here: "I'll see you when you get home." Nigga, shitting bricks. I was ready. Like I wasn't even hungry no more. And it was pizza day at school. It was pizza day. Nigga, you know how we used to get for pizza day at school, nigga? Like, I mean, now we don't really get that hype. I mean, you look back on it, you be like, man, that's some bullshit ass pizza. But back in the day, nigga, that pizza was hidden. I couldn't eat my pizza, man. I couldn't eat my pizza. I was so unhungry, nigga. I gave away my juice to a nigga that didn't even get free lunch. Right? Gave away my juice to a nigga that didn't even get free. Like he, you know, and that was the thing. Like back in the day, if you got free lunch, niggas would try to clown you, but they also was trying to get the shit off of your, you know, off of your lunch tray and shit, right? Nigga, like, hey man, you gonna drink that juice? Nah, man, I don't even want this motherfucker no more. I don't even want it, right? So, I'll never forget this shit, man. End of the day, the school comes together, and me, my brother, and my cousin, we meet each other at the end of school like we always do because we're gonna walk home. And what we ended up trying to do was like, hey, we started like, you know, rolling up on some of our classmates and shit. Hey, y'all need somebody to walk y'all home. Y'all need somebody to walk y'all home. Nigga! Yeah, hey, we was trying not to go to the crib. Cause we got together and was like, hey, did she come see you? She's like, yeah, man, she came to my class. Where'd she find you at? I was at lunch. Yeah, she came and got me. I was in the gym. Mama had seen all three of us, right? So I look up, we get out of school at about 3:15. And it's about 4 o'clock, 4:15. Everybody done went home. We done tried to walk people fuckers home. Everybody at the crib. We still lingering around the school until I see my mama pulling up in that ex-police car, Dodge Diplomat. Get your ass in the car, right? So we get in the car, you know what I'm saying? And it's quiet as shit in this car. Nobody got nothing to say, you know? And when we get in the house, you know, first thing first is, hey, why the fuck would y'all steal from me? Right? This is what my mother is asking. Why would y'all steal from me? And I'm like, Mama, I didn't steal anything. Like, my brother came into the room with the money, and he said he had the money, and he gave us the $20 or whatever. And she said, so you just took this money from your brother? And I said, yeah. She said, so what did he tell you when he gave it to you? I said, well, he told me the tooth fairy gave it to him. I deserved this ass whooping, yo. I deserved this ass whooping. I was the oldest, right? Out of my cousin, out of my brother, I was the oldest. I deserved this ass whooping because, again, I just had the tunnel vision about the peanut M&Ms that Mr. Cash was selling at the end of the day, right? So she said, boy, when have you ever got $20 for losing a tooth from the tooth fairy? And, you know, that's when it clicked. Like, damn, nigga, that shit ain't never happened to me, right? That shit ain't never happened. And so what ended up happening was my mother found a wooden hanger, and she gave all three of us. She gave me, my brother, and my cousin 5 across the knuckles with that goddamn wooden hanger, man. Nigga! And then she whooped our ass with Buddy. Nigga! And then we had to stand up in the hallway with our noses to the wall all day, right? All day. The only time we were able to get off of that wall was to do our homework, eat dinner, use the bathroom, right? Now, she was already up on the idea maybe we would go to use the bathroom, say we got a boo-boo, so we can sit down for a while, right? Now, get your ass out that bathroom. You ain't got to boo-boo that long. It don't take that long for you to take a shit. Get your ass out that bathroom and get your ass on that wall, right? I say all that to say that was the worst ass whooping I ever got. And I never wanted that ass whooping no more. And unfortunately for a lot of folks, politically, they are willing to take the worst ass whooping that they got before and think that it can't get no fucking worse. Now, I'm sure there have been people who have gone through worse, you know, getting ass whoopings and like abuse and shit like that. And they were like, nah, nigga, I don't want no parts of that shit. I'm straight, nigga. I'm absolutely straight on that shit. But unfortunately, some people think that it can't get no worse, and it absolutely can get worse, right? And so, yeah, man, long way to say, yeah, definitely Donald Trump ain't gonna be listening to none of these like some of our Arab brothers and sisters who think that it can't get worse, right? Because he is not going to be an advocate for their community. He is not going to be, even with what's going on in Israel and with Israel and Hamas right now. You think that Donald Trump is going to be calling for a ceasefire? Do you think that Donald Trump is going to be the one saying, like, Bibi Netanyahu, like, hey, what the fuck are you doing over there? It's not going to be him, man. As a matter of fact, he would probably tell Netanyahu, hey, man, do what the fuck you want to do over there. Kill all of them if you want to, because Donald Trump does not give a fuck, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Does not give a fuck. And so, like, when you start hearing people talk in this way, it's like, yo, y'all really, again, like I said on the last episode, it's a lot of people whistling past the graveyard, man. They do not think it can get worse than it is. And so, yeah, man, I appreciate your comment here, and I hope to hear from you again, man, real soon, man. Thank you so much for your comment.